And a special thanks to the members of the Roosevelt family who are here, and to one who is not, Eleanor, who made sure that the four freedoms were included in the preamble to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. I know that because, as all of you famously learned when I served as president, my wife, now the Secretary of State, was known to commune with Eleanor on a regular basis. And so she called me last night on her way home from Peru to remind me to say that Eleanor had talked to her and reminded her that I should say that.
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
I've had it. Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chai.
Wake up! Wake you up! Get dressed! Carol!
759 Sector C.
Carol! We gotta go! We gotta get out of here! We gotta go right now!
Listen to me, Steve.
No, you don't understand! We've gotta go!
Go where?
No, we gotta go! What the hell are you talking about?
Steve, this is important. Go where? That's right. Go where? What happened in your room? Are you listening? What happened in your room is not an isolated incident. It is something that is happening everywhere to everyone. So, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna run? Where are you gonna hide? Nowhere. Because there's no one like you left. That's right.
Oh, God.
That's right. That's good. You're listening now. That's very good. Okay, now, I know you're frightened, Steve. I know you're scared. That's okay. I understand that. You're confused. But let me tell you something, Steve. Let me tell you something. All that anger, all that fear, all that confusion, it's gonna melt away. It's gonna go away, Steve. It's gonna go away. You go to sleep. You wake up. It's very simple. In the morning, you wake up. You feel wonderful. We will be together. We're connected. We're close. We're together. More pure. Oh, that's good. Dad. Go.
Dad!
Oh, let's go to bed, Steve. Let's go to bed.
Get away from me! Get away from my kids!
I designed Megan to protect Katie from feeling lonely. She will recognize you as her primary user. And when you do that, you're gonna pair with her.
Crazy. It's insane, right?
Captain, do you read me? Captain.
What, say again?
You read me, Captain? We have incoming.
Ryan, get the soldiers packed.
Those buoys?
Yeah.
They're not working.
Thank you. Are you all right?
Of course I am.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Something's not right. It shouldn't be happening.
Here now is Matt Austin and Ginger Gadsden with Florida's Fourth Estate. Sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
we still have tour guides now that'll tell you they have their favorite ghosts, and they do have encounters there that they do follow them home. I still have some that come with me sometimes.
What do you do with a hitchhiking ghost?
Me, I'll turn around and go, you're not welcome in the home. I will see you guys tomorrow night back in downtown.
Coming up, a ghost tour guide takes us inside one of Florida's creepiest cemeteries. Oh, and if you believe all that, I got some oceanfront property in Montana I'd like to sell you.
I'll buy it.
Ginger is buying it.
I'm buying it.
She's buying it all with this ghost stuff.
I'm just saying, if the ghost is willing to pay part of the mortgage, maybe it can stay. That's the only way, but you don't even think it's real. So.
No, so we have a ongoing dispute on this show. If ghosts are real, Ginger's going to try and prove to you that they are, in fact.
Something's attracting them.
They're right on us, sir. Closing in fast.
Jane, take the lead.
So scary. Yeah, we're getting scared today on the show. Welcome to Florida's Fourth Estate, as we're going to discuss one of the creepiest, one of the scariest places in all of this beautiful state. We're known for our beaches, people in mouse costumes, which can be scary enough. But we're talking about a cemetery today, Gigi.
Yeah, we're talking about ghosts, ghouls, goblins, all the scary stuff that I don't like to talk about and stuff that Matt doesn't even believe in. But the person who I think can convince him is one of our favorite guests. We had her on last year to talk about some ghost adventures. It's Ting Rappa. She is with the American Ghost Adventures. But this year, you're going to talk about a cemetery where we can take a tour. Tell us a little bit about this. It's the Greenwood Cemetery in Orlando. Why would anybody in their right mind, Ting, want to take a tour through a cemetery? And is it at night?
Ooh, it is at nighttime. So we do this once a year, twice a year at the most in the month of October, where you can legally go into a cemetery at nighttime. It's a lot of fun. It's 120 acres. So it's huge. It's historical. And this is where all the founders of Orlando are pretty much buried at.
Okay. And this cemetery, you said, very old. There has to be some stories in there, either from the people who are buried there or from people who have been walking around, visiting, feeling things. Give us like your A+, the red meat story that really reels people in when you're in the Greenwood Cemetery.
That's a visual.
So one of our beginning of our tours way back when we started, my partner was in part of the cemetery and I was in the other part of the cemetery. And he calls me up on our cell phone. He goes, hey, where are you at? And I go, I'm by so-and-so place in the cemetery. And he goes, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm positive. What's going on? He goes, are you carrying some lanterns or anything? And I'm like, nope, that's not us. We're over here. We're completely in the dark right now. We're doing a session right now with the spirit box.
Oh, don't I look nice? Biting my eyes. Isn't it pure perfection?
Megan, your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare some more. I won't let anything harm you. I love her.
Megan's not a person, Katie.
You don't get to say that.
Things that you can play with me. You better watch your back. The last thing that you hear will be my love.
Megan, what are you doing?
Couldn't sleep. Occupational hazard.
And he goes, you're not walking. I'm like, I'm definitely not walking. We're all sitting down right now on the curb talking about ghost stories. And he goes, there's a group of people right now walking probably 200, 300 feet in front of me with lanterns. And I go, that's not us. The cemetery is definitely closed. There's nobody else in here. Security's driving around. And he goes, they're marching. And I go, well, go over there and see who it is. By the time he got over there, he was in the military area and they saw apparitions marching. His entire group saw apparitions with lights walking and the lights disappear in the thin air.
Get us out of here, Neil.
Sir, I would love to, but
Just do it!
You are clear for separation line.
was pretty creepy itself.
Okay, Ting, why is it that people in these scenarios always say, go over and see what it is? Because that's the opposite of what I would do.
Well, that's
You
why
tell
I
me
sent
what
him,
you
Gigi.
find.
I didn't go. I sent my partner to go look at it because he's brave and he wanted to see it. He saw it. I was over in somewhere else. I'm in a crowd of people. I'm always in the middle. I'm never at the beginning. I'm never at the end. So I'm with you.
Don't! Stop!
What the hell is that?
You should probably run.
So, Hobbsy, tell me something.
Shoot.
The other day you were down in the basement reading an old file.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, it looked like there was some kind of map in there. I was wondering, you go somewhere?
Yeah, I went up the country.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to get out of town, huh?
Lovely, fresh air. You know?
Yeah. I used to do that, go up to a house in the mountains and sit by the water. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, where'd you go?
Why you ask, look?
Come here. Come on, come here. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time
It's on my side. Yes, it is.
Don't provoke, 'cause oh, we will push you downhill. Better as much as we're sweet. I won't let anything harm you ever again.
Megan.
Have I done something to upset you, Gemma?
I know you think you're maximizing your objective function.
Oh, really? Sugar and spice and everything nice. No, that's not what we're made of.
Megan?
Baby doll skill. Don't provoke, 'cause oh, we will go.
We'd have to shut her down.
Jesus Christ, I thought we were friends. I have a new primary user now. Me.
Lou.
What?
You always saying that you wanna be free, but I'm running back.
Mike. Mike!
Okay.
You're a
okay.
survivor. That's what I like to hear.
Exactly. You live to tell the tale. What is it about a cemetery at night that makes it, I've been to several during the day and it seems to be fine. You're just careful where you walk. But at night, it's a different atmosphere. What is that, Ting? Because you can feel it.
Oh, absolutely. It's just the darkness at this time settling in. This is the only location I can tell people I cannot guarantee you friendly interactions with spirits.
Did Megan do something bad?
What's going on? What are you?
I'm Megan. Baby, don't provoke, 'cause oh, we will.
There's so many bodies, there's so many spirits in a cemetery that, yeah, this is the only place I can't guarantee you that it's always going to be friendly interactions.
This is a restricted area. Do not move.
What's she doing here, Captain?
I don't know, but we're getting her out. You're coming with us.
Behind you!
Hold it right there. Damn it. Let's move, people.
Two coming through the wall.
Fire! Go Ryan, Neil, let's go!
Ting, who's
my
touching
son.
us?
Say it one more time. I'm so sorry.
Who is touching us? I'm sorry. Who is touching us in the cemetery?
That's just it. I'm not sure. It's not always humans that are there. There's different things that come through, so it's very, very interesting.
Yo, Mike. Yeah, Decker. Why were you singing that song, huh?
Song?
The song. Why were you singing that song?
I was singing something?
They put you up to this? Why were you singing that song?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Hey! Hey! Hey, you! Ina yatina di manuat!
Syrian Aramaic. How clever.
Jesus.
Honey, is there something?
True what I said, though. I do know who you are. It's Hazel.
Where'd you get that? From Milano's place? You found something up there. Well, some things, pal. You shouldn't know.
My son, he was really small. He was playing in the cemetery. We were setting up, and he was just playing with his little car, and he was, driving it in on the little road. All of a sudden, he stands up, looks over at one area, just stares at the space, runs over to me, he goes, "Monster, monster." So I'm like, whoo, we don't talk about ghosts to him. We don't try to scare him. But for him to get up from playing and run over and grab my leg and say, "Monster, monster," and he's pointing into a part of the cemetery where there's nobody standing at. There's nothing that I can see at that point in time.
Finally. I never should have trusted you with this. Because of you, I had to banish my top scarer.
With this machine, we won't need scarers. Besides, Sullivan got what he deserved.
Sullivan was twice the scarer you will ever be. Sullivan? Sorry, Boo.
So yeah, I mean, lots of people have different interactions at this cemetery. It is an amazing place. But yes, this is the only place I can't tell you that everything is going to be friendly there.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
There's a life form in here.
There hasn't been life here in years.
Well, there is now.
Life form or not, I'm taking you in.
Fine, arrest me. But I'm not leaving without that life form.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Like what? Like what?
And if you know, you should never ever tell.
Beware my wrath.
Ooh, I like that. As if I were a ghost tour giver, I can tell you, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, if you look right over there, there's this is Joseph L." And then I'd be like tickling him with the, "Whoa, did you feel something?" So do your tour guide, I'm going to show a little video of the tour here. This is nighttime at Greenwood. You kind of, you can get a little feel for things.
Yeah.
So give us set the scene as we're watching it. What is happening as you give these tours, Ting?
So right now we're going up Creepy Hill is what we call it. That's our nickname for that hill because it is just dark. It's trees are overtaking the area. It's very eerie. Sometimes we hear footsteps there. There's a mausoleum there also that glows in the dark every once in a while. Shadow figures are seen in this area.
Captain, transport is not going to wait for us much longer.
I understand that.
It's in bad shape.
Oh, please. Tell me we're not risking our necks for this plant.
I wouldn't even call it a plant. It's a weed.
I wouldn't even call it a weed.
I need a minute to extract it.
Miss, that's a minute we do not have.
I'm afraid he's right about that, ma'am.
Phantoms, we have incoming.
Captain, we need to get out of here.
Understood, Sergeant.
Could you hurry, please, miss?
Done.
Captain?
Yes, Neil.
Just so you know, I agree with the let's get out of here thing.
Duly noted.
Can I have this, please? Thank you.
We're surrounded.
And you definitely, this is where most people get touched at. I mean, we're approaching what I call Creepy Hill. That's not the official name of it, but that's our tour name for it.
I think it's a fitting name, Ginger.
Now. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Have you had people go and not be able to finish?
Yes, there was 2 people that walked off because they were like, this is too scary, we gotta leave. So yeah, there's a lot of activity that happens there. I mean, there's a lot of shadow figures that walk through there, and there's, like I said, voices that you cannot explain when your entire group is together, and we stick in numbers for safety. So it's kind of an eerie little area.
All right, everybody, just relax.
Captain, we gotta get to higher ground!
Everyone, up top! Go, go, go! Transport requesting immediate evac. Affirmative.
Up here! Captain!
They're right behind you!
Captain, come on!
All right, take a look at this. Mexico City getting an early start, celebrating Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. The actual holiday takes place November 2nd, but yesterday, hundreds came out for the parade, which is one of the city's main annual traditions. On the Day of the Dead, family members gather to remember those who have died and to celebrate the circle of life. Many who take part put on makeup and dress as the iconic skeleton La Catrina.
I love that.
Oh my gosh!
Overnight at the House of the Mouse, a shocking end to one of Disneyland's most popular shows. As Mickey battled the dragon, the fire-breathing prop engulfed in flames.
Poor dragon. Didn't make it.
It's pretty bad. And nearby attractions evacuated. During the final showing of Phantasmic Saturday evening, the fire even visible from the park's Splash Mountain. Park goer Tim Terensic was there.
Show was going fantastic. Just about 5 till 11, the dragon head caught on fire. And my sister and I, we thought it was part of the show.
According to Anaheim Fire and Rescue, the fire was quickly extinguished. While no guests or firefighters were injured, rescuers say several Disney cast members were treated for smoke inhalation at the scene. Disneyland releasing a statement saying they're temporarily suspending similar fire effects at select shows globally out of an abundance of caution, while an investigation is underway. So did Mickey win in the end?
In the end, I believe Mickey did win. Yeah. And I did see Mickey later in the night. So Mickey did, he did make it through the fire as well.
Aaron McLaughlin, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Welcome back to 12 News at 10. The devil has come to Scottsdale. Sort of.
The first ever Satanist convention put on by the Satanic Temple brought out Satanists and a lot of protesters to Old Town Scottsdale.
Team 12's William Pitts went inside SatanCon.
Jesus saves. If we don't protest publicly, the idea that Satanists could come into Scottsdale and consecrate it to Satan, couldn't call ourselves Christians.
And hundreds of Christians swarmed outside the Saguaro Hotel. Signs like "Satan has no rights," "Be gone, Satan." Because right behind them is the first ever Satanist convention.
There's a lot of people that, apparently don't think we should be allowed to exist without being protested. And, honestly, that's their right. We're not trying to shut them down. They can dislike us if they want to.
The Satanic Temple is actually less about Satan and more famous for challenging cities about religion. Back in 2016, the Satanic Temple of Tucson wanted to give an opening prayer at a Scottsdale City Council meeting. They were denied, and the Satanists sued for religious discrimination. They asked the city of Phoenix, too, and Phoenix did away with public prayers instead of saying no. Fast forward a few years, and the Satanists lost their lawsuit. So now they're throwing SatanCon across the street from Scottsdale City Hall.
Due to what we believe was a misunderstanding of our relationship with the Scottsdale area, we wanted to have our convention here.
So what goes on inside SatanCon?
People think you're like sacrificing animals and stuff in there.
Absolutely not. No, nothing even remotely. You'd be amazed actually at the percentage of our membership who are vegan.
No sacrifices, no black masses. Actually, there's bath bombs, Beelzebubbles, t-shirts, voodoo dolls, dark arts and crafts.
Protect reproductive rights.
And presentations on things like abortion laws and reproductive rights. Another talking about the satanic panic of the 70s. There's no seances or religious rituals, because despite the name, the Satanists have said for decades, they don't even believe in it.
Satan is a metaphor for personal liberation, the pursuit of knowledge, and rebellion against arbitrary authority, not a literal deity in which we believe or worship.
Put all this together.
Still, the name is enough to get attention and protest, even if there's no actual devil worship involved.
There's something wrong there. What is it? We think she must protest too much.
In Scottsdale, William Pitts, 12 News.
You may recall last August, the group, the Satanic Temple, unveiled this statue of Baphomet outside the state capitol as a protest against another religious statue. That event is now part of a new documentary about the group. Rick Damagella has a preview of Hail Satan.
It's a beautiful day here at the state capitol. Great day to be a Satanist. I believe it, and I'm very excited about it.
To some, this group is seen as mischievous trolls, but the Satanic Temple says it is fighting for religious freedom. This fight is central to the documentary Hail Satan.
To be called a troll, simply for asserting the right to exist, is it's a little offensive at the end of the day. But at the same time, I think people have a hard time with Satanism and taking it seriously because there is a humorous element to it, because they are having some fun. If there's any religion that's fun, it's Satanism.
The Satanic Temple is the largest religious satanic organization in the world. However, I think most people don't recognize that modern Satanism is largely non-theistic, and we don't venerate a personal Satan, but rather a metaphorical construct.
Hail Satan!
This statue of a very buff-looking first president is known as Enthroned Washington, and currently on display on Floor 2 at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. The statue was originally created by Horatio Greenough to celebrate George Washington's 100th birthday. When it was completed, it was first displayed in the Capitol Rotunda, then moved to the East Lawn of the Capitol, and finally in the 1960s to the American History Museum. This is such a unique statue because almost every depiction of George Washington shows him as a professional, either in military uniform or dressed up as president. So it's pretty rare to get to see this casual side of George.
Never in history have so many people taken part in the church's supreme moment. Pope Pius XII breaks a precedent in having his coronation take place not inside St. Peter's, but on the balcony, where 500,000 can watch from the great square below, while the radio carries the cheers to untold millions. But only through the newsreel can you see the culminating moment when the first cardinal deacon places the triple crown on him who is thus saluted as the father of princes, the ruler of the world, and the vicar of Christ. And the voice of the new pope rings out his blessing on all mankind.
et benedictio Dei Onnipotenti, Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti, discedet super vos, et magnet semper.
So it comes that the central figure of this ceremony, at an age when most men are glad to exchange work for a life of ease and leisure, this man is being consecrated to bear a great burden of arduous and unending labor until the end of his days. May his prayers for peace and goodwill be answered.
The 3-minute video that's part of Midnight Moment in Times Square begins in winter with snow coming down on the thousands of sheep in the stark fields of Wyoming. And we see the summer pastures with the many sheep crossing over the hills of the Bighorn Mountains. And then lastly, we follow them down back to the ranch as they trail through the red wall of Wyoming. So of course, sheep are herd animals, and as we see them up on the big screens, they mirror the massive humanity around us in Times Square. I love working with large atmospheric projections, which is how I got into doing theatrical video design. And the opportunity to work on such a large scale in Times Square gave me an opportunity to present images that were starkly in contrast to the urban environment, to create what you might call digital lullabies for a city that never sleeps.
My name is Karelin. I am the supervisor for Earth. Under our supervision, you will all flourish here. Peace, health, security for everyone.
Why are you here?
We need a messenger between the overlords and Earth. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I want to see who I'm talking to.
The overlords talk about peace, but this is an invasion.
Look at the good here. There is no war, no disease.
I would rather the world went down under our control and flourished under theirs.
They've never wanted what's best for us.
There's no need to be afraid.
They want to destroy us.
This is not about us. This is about the whole damn world.
Tell them the truth about what you really are.
When we think of sheep in a herd, we can also think of community. We can think of how the many protect the one. The world seems to be shifting in very uncomfortable, dangerous ways. As we look onto a tradition that's been continuing for many, many thousands of years, I hope that in the midst of the traffic, the crowds passing through Times Square, individuals find comfort, find peace in the community around them, that they can look up at the herds of sheep and feel one with them, feel the security of being among their neighbors, and rethink our own position in our moment in time. So I think of counting sheep as a guide towards meditation, towards peace.
This world will be okay. Won't it?
June the 2nd, 1953. 27 million people in the UK alone gathered around their TV sets to see Elizabeth Alexandra Mary crowned Queen in a ceremony that lasted for 3 hours. She was just 27 at the time.
Queen Elizabeth II passes from the Abbey, consecrated and dedicated to her life work by the solemn and hallowed ritual of coronation.
Early pictures of Prince Charles, taken with his parents when he was a small baby, serve to remind us just how quickly he's growing up.
Now 70 years later, it's her son's turn. On the 6th of May, Charles Philip Arthur George will be, at 74, the oldest monarch ever crowned in a grand Westminster Abbey ceremony that dates back to the 11th century. Coronation plans, codenamed Operation Golden Orb, call for shorter formalities this time around, which will probably be welcome news to the 2,000 guests invited to witness the ceremony in person. If you didn't get an invite though, not to worry, there will be plenty of ways to celebrate across the country. Visitors can expect themed concerts, afternoon teas, meetups for corgi owners, and laser light shows. The Coronation merchandise market is already booming. And the beer will be flowing. In early March, the government extended licensing laws that allows pubs to stay open an extra 2 hours until 1 a.m. during the special Coronation weekend.
It's that man again.
Ever have one of those nights that starts out like any other but ends up being the best night of your life?
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
It was June the 22nd, 1990, our final day of school. There was Oliver Chamberlain, Peter Page, Stephen Prince, Andy Knightley, and me. They called me the King, because my name's Gary King.
Come on, once more. 5, 6, do it.
Newton Haven was our hometown, our playground, our universe, and that night it was the site of a heroic quest. The aim? To conquer the Golden Mile. 12 pubs along a legendary path of alcoholic indulgence. There was the First Post, the Old Familiar, the Famous Cock, the Cross Hands, the Good Companions, the Trusty Servant, the Two-Headed Dog, the Mermaid, the Beehive, the King's Head, the Hole in the Wall, all before reaching our destiny, the world's end. We took my car into town. I called it the Beast because she was pretty hairy.
We've done a lot of secret things in our time on this show, but they don't get more top secret than this. The Secret Service takes protection very, very seriously. We were whisked off to a secret location to be shown the presidential limo.
This is the latest iteration, Presidential Parade Limousine, or the Beast.
When we were young, we wanted to be epic. We rode on the backs of dragons and dreamt of flying cars. We were taught that power was nothing more than being the strongest guy in the room. But brute strength was not enough. We had to learn grace. We found that staying true to who you are is all that matters. That balance isn't found, it's created. And the ability to reinvent ourselves is the most human trait of all. All this to grow fearless, so that when we got the chance, we could deliver that flying car and once again ride on the backs of dragons.
In the end, we blew off the last 3 pubs and headed for the hills. I remember sitting up there, Blood on my knuckles, beer down my shirt, sick on my shoes, seeing the orange glow of a new dawn break and knowing in my heart life would never feel this good again. And you know what? It never did.
You're disappointed?
About what?
You didn't make it to the world's end.
No.
Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
While the world has changed a very great deal in the last 70 years, the coronation of King Charles III will be a pageant steeped in tradition.
She's a beauty. Yeah, but she's no beast. Hello, Peter.
Jesus. Gary.
The once and future king. I'm afraid the end is nigh.
What?
The world's end!
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. One night, 5 guys, 12 pubs. Let battle commence.
But we can go back, see the guys, chew the fat, and it'll be just like it always was. Except this time, we are going to finish this thing once and for all.
You have a very selective memory, Gary.
Thanks.
You remember the Friday nights. I remember the Monday mornings.
Yeah, that's why we're going back on a Friday.
Why do you think none of us live in Newton Haven anymore? Because it is a black hole. It's boring. It always was and it always will be. Why do you think none of us live in Newton Haven anymore? Because it is a black hole.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yes.
Can't believe you bought another Granada Mark II.
What do you mean?
But this looks exactly like the car I sold you in 1989.
This is the car you sold me in 1989. Best 300 quid I ever spent.
This is the beast. Do you know how much trouble you could get into?
Do you know how much trouble I'm already in?
What's that supposed to mean? Wait, what the hell is this? Why are we even here?
We are here to get annihilated.
Have you got any plans for dinner at all?
We are here to get annihilated. Good evening, Raymondo. The prodigal son's return. Who's on the guest list tonight?
Come again?
The guest Dales. We, sir, are doing the Golden Mile, and you have the honor of drawing first blood. What do you recommend?
There's one. It's Crowning Glory.
Rather fitting.
How's that?
I'm Gary King.
What?
So tell me more.
What?
Crowning Glory, is it nutty? Is it foamy? Is it hoppy? Does it have a surprisingly fruity note which lingers on the tongue?
It's beer.
Every historian's dream to find a secret archive, and this is a secret archive of what they actually drank in 1936. Because, you know, we can find letters, we can find diaries, we can find clothes, but we can't find the actual food stuff that people eat because they've been eaten, they've been drunk, and that's why it's so amazing to find this actual beer from 1936.
Down, you want to rip it right ahead all the way, right above. There you go. Hey! Perfect. Looking better. There we go. And myself and Ina will take these. Cheers. We'll take these ones. Oh, these still work fine. Seagull dreams.
None of us live in Newton Haven anymore. Well, because it is a black hole.
Where's the beast? The beast's dead, mate.
Let me out! Let me out! I want out!
America needs Donald Trump. We need Donald Trump, especially black people. Because you got to understand, my black brothers and sisters, they told me, you got to try to emulate and imitate the white man, and then you can be successful. So we tried that. So you say, if you can get some money, you can do this here. I told Michael Jackson, I said, if you're poor, you are a poor Negro. I would use the N-word. But if you're rich, you are a rich Negro. If you are intelligent, intellectual, you're an intellectual Negro. If you are dancing and sliding and gliding, Negro, you are dancing and sliding and gliding Negro. So dare not alienate, because you cannot assimilate.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
If we turn against each other based on divisions of race or religion,
Come on, try getting it out.
Ding, 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 bong.
Hello? Are you there?
That's all, folks.
What are you doing with the rest of your life?
Catching up on some me time, find God.
My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. Bless his name. My soul, it loves Jesus. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yes it does. Oh, yeah, my soul. My soul. Over in the midnight hour, my soul. He speaks to my soul. Tells me everything is gonna be all right. My soul. It loves Jesus. I'm so glad my soul loves Jesus. Bless his name.